We on.
Shalom. Well, the Hebrew Israelites.
Louder.
Shalom. Well, the Hebrew Israelites come to you, the highways and byways, telling you and breaking down this truth. And we start by saying all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, great millstone, who that taught us this truth. And something that I have in mind for a very long time that I wanted to speak about is how the Lord creates division among his own people because he only have a selected few. Can you read that for me, Brother Bishop?
Yeah, it says 2 Corinthians, right?
1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians.
It's 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 19. For there must be also heresies among you, that they which are approved may be manifest among you.
So what happens is that when the Lord calls upon you and he gives you this understanding and you start bringing these breakdowns and we can't try because we're only given what the Lord has given us to bring out to teach. And when we are actually out here breaking these scriptures down as we have been doing, most of you deny that because in the Christian church and no denomination ever has broken down the scriptures as the apostles of Great Millstone has done. And most of all, there are division among us because there are other groups that teach otherwise, that go against, and then they say that we are a hate group because we tell you the truth. Can you read that again, Baba Kishore?
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 19. For there must be also heresies among you.
So the heresies among us is those other camps that are going behind people's back and they look for a perfect example is someone that's called Al-Azad, right? He said that the Hebrew, the books of Hebrew was not part of the word of the Most High, of Yahushua, and he turns around and he's doing dirty things that the scripture says that is an abomination.
They basically teach like the heresy is a false doctrine.
True.
You know what I mean? Like you said, you got like Al-Azhar, you got men of the IUIC, they teaching doctrine that's basically not of the Most High. You know, it's their private interpretation. You know, it's not the divine wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of how by Shah. And these heresies that's being taught among Israel is basically all the will of the Most High, because you know the Most High is in control of the deceiver. And so that's just leading people astray from the Most High, the non-elect. For me.
So, and this is what the scripture says. There must be, right? So if that's Paul, right?
Right.
If the Lord commanded these words that come out of Paul for us to speak, he must have set it off himself, right? But you say no? Why say you? Because the scripture is speaking. We're not making this up. We didn't write these words.
Got something, bro?
Yeah, I got a precept. This is the book of Galatians chapter 1, verse 8. But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel.
So anybody who tells you different from order than this book, they going off.
But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let them be accursed.
And they are cursed because the Lord said it. The Lord set it up from the very beginning that they should teach you heresies so they can be cursed. So and that's a scripture that says that the teachers that he put what's that, man? It says that you need to see these coffins coughing so you can see the true apostles of the Most High. And I'm roughly praising that. rephrasing that.
We're going to the word angel, it means messenger. So the many Yahweh Shah, the true messengers of Yahweh Shah unto the children of Israel, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. The Lord has set up these special men to teach you knowledge, wisdom, understanding that will make you wise unto salvation.
I think it's Romans 16.
So the salvation is what? The deliverance from the destruction that's coming to America, which is Babylon the Great, which is a kingdom that's ran by the Edomites. The Edomites is so-called white man in Siron. So you have the men of the Lord that's teaching throughout the four corners of the earth this knowledge and understanding unto the Lord's chosen people. Hebrew Israelites.
All right. So, brother, can you read that for me? Brother Chuck?
This is the book of Romans, chapter 16, verse 17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause division.
So we have to, when we rebuke, when we try to set, well, when the Lord sets you correctly, this is what happens. All right, because we're not doing it. We're just reading the scriptures. We're rebuking you, but as we rebuke you, we mark you. Continue, Brother Chuck.
Mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned.
So what happens when they teach you the wrong things? What happens when they going off? This is exactly what the scripture's talking about. When other camps, they are teaching you the wrong, so like it? Teaching the false doctrines.
And avoid them.
So this is what we do. We stay away. What are the